You're watching USA News Hub, your home for breaking headlines, trending sports stories, and exclusive updates from across the nation. What happens when raw power, quiet confidence, and a serve that feels like a sledgehammer collide in one season? You get this. Elena Rybakina just shattered a 9-year WTA record and surged past Gauff, Elena Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, and more, all in one breathtaking rise. The 2025 WTA season didn't just end. It erupted. And at the center of that eruption was a woman who turned her serve into the most feared weapon in tennis. This is the rise of the 2025 Ace Queen. This is Elena Rybakina's takeover. Let's dive in. The Rybakina rise. Power, patience, and a perfect timing. Despite being ranked number 5, Elena Rybakina did something almost unheard of on the WTA Tour. She beat every single player ranked above her. Heavy check mark Elena Sabalenka. Heavy check mark Iga Swiatek. Heavy check mark Gauff. Heavy check mark, and even Amanda Anisimova during her peak run. Nobody else in 2025 could say that. But the season didn't start like this dream-ending fairy tale. Rybakina battled inconsistency, minor injuries, and some late-match collapses that raised questions about her endurance and focus. Then, something changed. Her confidence rose. Her ball striking sharpened. Her movement grew lighter. And most importantly, her serve turned into the single most dominant shot on the WTA Tour. It didn't just win her matches. It rewrote history. By the time the WTA finals arrived, Rybakina wasn't merely in form. She was in killer mode. She played with fire absolute aggression, fire deep baseline control, fire and service numbers that didn't look real. She went undefeated, lifting the biggest trophy of her career outside of Wimbledon. And with that title, she broke a record no woman had touched since the era of Karolina Pliskova domination. Here's where this story becomes legendary. 516 aces. Let that sink in. Not 200. Not 300. Not the very impressive 400 range. She smashed 516 aces, the highest mark in 9 years. Only Karolina Pliskova had crossed the 500 mark, and she did it in heavy check mark 2015, 517 aces. Heavy check mark 2016, 530 aces. Since then, no one even got close. Until Rybakina detonated the stat sheet in 2025, she didn't just lead the tour. She dominated it. Linda Noskova, 373. Clara Tauson, 358. Ekaterina Alexandrova, 339. Naomi Osaka, 307. Rybakina, 516, in a league of her own. She was the only woman to crack 500 aces all year. That's why she earned the name, the 2025 ACE Queen. These numbers feel like they came from a video game. Heavy check mark 6.79 aces per match on average. Heavy check mark at least 0.5 aces in 96% of matches. Heavy check mark at least 1.5 aces in 94%. Heavy check mark at least 2.5 aces in 93%. Heavy check mark at least 3.5 aces in 81%. And here's the kicker. Even in matches where she struggled, she regularly hit 6+ aces. Her serve wasn't just a weapon. It was a lifeline. A pressure release valve. A momentum shifter. It allowed her to finish the season 59-19, including a flawless run at the WTA finals. This wasn't power without purpose. This was power with precision, with consistency, with championship intent. Tennis has seen big hitters. Tennis has seen dominant servers. But what Rybakina accomplished? It hadn't been done in nearly a decade. She surpassed 500 aces in the modern WTA game, with deeper fields, faster transitions, and more aggressive returners. Is more impressive now than ever before. Rybakina didn't just join an elite club. She reminded the sport that she belongs in the conversation with the very best. And this is the second time she's finished number 1 in aces. The first being in 2020. This was not a fluke. This was evolution. The greatest duel, Rybakina versus Coco Gauff. Now here's where the story turns emotional, especially for American fans. While Rybakina was rewriting ace records, Coco Gauff's 2025 looked very different. Gauff entered the season riding the momentum of her 2023 U.S. Open title and a series of top-tier results in 2024, but by mid-2025, her serve began to struggle again. Double faults crept in. Her rhythm broke down. Critics resurfaced, and when she faced Rybakina, the matchup felt lopsided. Rybakina's booming serve dictated everything. Gauff's return didn't consistently neutralize it, and rallies rarely went long. This wasn't Coco falling apart. This was Elena rising past her, fast and fearlessly, and the 2025 WTA rankings conversation. Many predicted Gauff would pass Rybakina. Instead, Rybakina surged past everyone. She turned a tight top 5 race into a personal showcase. If Rybakina keeps serving like this next year, she becomes heavy checkmark a top contender at every Grand Slam. Heavy checkmark a threat to reclaim the Wimbledon crown. Heavy checkmark a favorite at the U.S. Open. Heavy checkmark and a nightmare first-week opponent for any top seed. Swiatek has consistency. Sabalenka has power. Gauff has athleticism. Osaka is returning with hunger. But Rybakina? She has the most reliable, most destructive weapon in women's tennis right now. And that changes everything. This is something stats cannot measure. Players dread facing Rybakina when her serve is on. They stand deeper. They take risks. They miss returns. They give up free points. And frustration builds quickly. By the time the second set rolls around, many opponents already look mentally beaten. And that is the sign of a champion in her prime. Elena Rybakina's 2025 wasn't just a comeback. It wasn't just a resurgence. It was a statement, a message to the entire WTA tour. You can have the rankings. You can have the hype. But if my serve is firing, this court belongs to me. She shattered a 9-year record. She dominated the world's best. She claimed the WTA Finals crown. And she finished the year as the undisputed ace queen. If 2025 was her warning shot, 2026 might be the year she becomes unstoppable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that's shaping America and the world. We'll see you in the next update.